Yo, what's up, YouTube? We back with another review. Today we're gonna be reviewing Gachiakuta episode 7. Let's get it! And so we jump right back into the action. Rudo is going against Jabba, but he's in an insane, crazy state. He's countered Rudo's vital instrument by poisoning himself and basically going crazy. So the battle heats up. He tries to attack Rudo. Rudo tries to fend him off, but he's having problems. Rudo's saying in his head, he's not in his regular state. And as he's attacking Rudo, Rudo's saying, how can he beat this guy if his vital instrument isn't detecting any hostile intent from him? He's basically trying to come up with a strategy to offset this. But Jabba, like a crazed maniac, is still attacking him. Things are looking bad for Rudo. Jabba's on the attack. His vital instrument can't stop him. He's pushing Rudo into a corner. Jabba noticed Rudo's weakness, and he looks to spark up his vital instrument and strike Rudo. And right as he's going to strike Rudo, something amazing happens. Zonka, the cleaner that he fought before and who was down and poisoned, he's back. And he saves Rudo just in time using his epic vital instrument. Zonka then starts to troll Jabba. He says, hey, how you gonna try to fight my student and you haven't even finished me off? Rudo's just staring there in amazement. He's like, how is this guy still alive? I thought he was dead. And so as Zonka talks to Rudo, he's still a bit shooken up from being poisoned early by Jabba. But he tells Rudo, hey, I'm fine. Tag me in. Let me get this bastard. Zonka then tells Rudo, he says, I see that you got your vital instrument to work. And to Rudo's surprise, Zonka tells him that he's been watching and he knows the weakness of his vital instrument. And him knowing what's the weakness, he comes up with the plan. He tells Rudo he's going to attack him with hostile intent. And when he does this, his vital instrument will trigger. And when it does, he then tells Rudo to use him as a weapon. And so as Jabba gets back up, the plan goes into effect and the action starts up. Jabba attacks them, but he misses. And while they have a little time to talk, Zonka warns Rudo, do not let his claws scratch you. You'll become poisoned and immobilized. Soon after, Jabba goes on the attack again, but he fails miserably because the plan goes into effect. After Zonka triggers Rudo's vital instrument, Rudo then grabs Zonka and basically uses him as a weapon. Zonka destroys him. Him and Rudo are surprised at how good the plan worked, but they can't celebrate for too long because Jabba goes on the attack again. And when he goes on the attack this time, he gets the beats because Zonka takes full advantage of Rudo's vital instrument. And he lets off an insane combination of blows, destroying Jabba. After the attack, Zonka is wasted, he's tired, he falls to the floor. Him and Rudo thinks it's over. But what happens next is just crazy. Grease's emblem that Rudo used as a vital instrument disintegrates. And as Rudo's watching up on this with his eyes, he gets emotional. He says, Grease cares so much about that. How did this happen? And suddenly, he starts to freak out. His body starts quivering, and he falls to the ground. Zonka says, hey, what's going on with you? And the worst possible scenario happens. In the midst of the battle, Rudo had got cut by one of Zonka's claws. And now the poison is kicking in. He's immobilized, laying on the ground. Zonka gets up to try to help him, but he can barely move himself, being that he was poisoned earlier. And as he's squirming on the ground, the bad luck continues because Jabba suddenly awakes. And as he walks past Zonka, Zonka says, hey, I just beat the brakes off you. How the heck did you get back up? Jabba says, I just used my left claw. He explains to Zonka that his left claw can numb pain. That's why he was able to recover. He also informs Zonka that the poison that he poisoned his own self with lasts only about 10 minutes, being the fact that he's immune to it. He tells Zonka, hey, I poisoned you, but yours might take a little longer. But I don't want to fail the mission again, so let me up the dosage. He then stabs Zonka with his claws, poisoning him again. And with Zonka being immobilized, he gets up and he walks towards Rudo. Rudo lays there helplessly. He's immobilized. He can't do anything. Jabba then grabs him. He takes him and leaves. Rudo can't do anything about it. He's thinking to himself, man, I'm a failure. I've lost again. He says, thanks to me, everybody's probably dead. He yells out of desperation, but it doesn't work. And as him and Jabba exit the building, Jabba's surprised. He looks around and he says, why are we outside? I thought we was inside of a building. The anime then pans to somebody watching him with the scope. And out of nowhere, Rio and the other cleaners arrive, and they're on bad timing. And Engine is the first one to attack. With his vital instrument, he strikes Jabba. Engine then stands on business. He says, hey, it's up. We got smoke. You tried to lure my homies underground so that they won't have communication to talk with us? Jabba then responds. He says, hey, y'all looking all strong and powerful while I'm looking weak? He says, oh, This is turning me on. Then the anime is introducing us to a couple of more of the cleaners. They stand on business too. They said, hey, you messing with one of our gang? We got smoke. Jabba then replies, he says, hey, I wish I could run away and quit right now. But I gotta take Rudo and complete my mission, even if that means death. And so Jabba sparks up his vital instrument. And it looks like him and the cleaners are gonna have an all-out fight. But suddenly a lady comes up behind him. She stops him and says, hey, that's enough. I'm guessing this is one of his acquaintances. She tells Jabba, let's leave. We shouldn't fight them. Let's go. You've done good enough. Jabba then says, hey, get away from me. I still haven't completed my mission. I still haven't got Rudo. She then says, hey, let's leave. And after Jabba refuses, she finally gets him to stop by saying, hey, the boss was smiling. I'm guessing this sparks something in Jabba because he stops and he agrees to leave. But before he goes, he says to the other cleaners, hey, tell Rudo I said he was a good fighter, but I'm leaving now. And just as he's leaving, Rudo pops up and he says, hey, this ain't over. I still want payback for what you did to Grease. And as Rudo's squirming around, he still has poison in him. He could barely move. Jabba says, hey, man, you're tough. Next time I fight you, I'll be better prepared. And just after him and his acquaintance get ready to leave through their self-made manhole, he notices something about Rudo gloves that's familiar. He says, oh, you have those same type of gloves also? The boss would be really happy to hear about this. And so the anime leaves us with that cliffhanger. What does Rudo gloves have to do with this man's boss? Rudo's curious too. He asks himself, he says, what did he mean by all that? Shortly afterwards, the anime comes to its final scene. It's a wholesome moment. Rudo and the other cleaners, they gathered around Grease, and after being badly injured in a fight, he's covered in bandages, and he looks really bad, but I'm guessing he survived. And so him and Rudo have their last talk. He tells Rudo, hey, you destroyed my emblem, but it's okay. If it helped you in any way during the battle, that's fine with me. I'm proud of you. And as the last ashes of Grease emblem disappear out of Rudo's hand, that's pretty much the end of the episode. So guys, that's Gachiakuta episode 7. I'm out.